Morning everybody, so this is the day that we've all been waiting for. So somewhere behind me there you can see the A45 S AMG is on the ramp at Ecotune. So this is going to be another banging video on Dreamscape Automotive. Today it's going to be two parts, and I'm going to tell you this at the outset so that you know to look for part two when it comes, as if you've watched the last video you will know there was a predicament that we had about buying a Milltek exhaust. So we've decided that the Milltek exhaust is in the basket and it is about to get fitted to the car. So part one of the video is going to be the Milltek getting fitted, and we're going to get inside access today at Ecotune to enjoy the whole process and show you what it's all about. And then part two is going to be stage one tuning of the A45 S, as we mentioned in the last video. So stick around, join us, and if you're enjoying this content, hit like, hit subscribe, and spend the day with us at Ecotune in Scotland. Good morning again. So you've seen the intro to the video. It's super dark in here in Scotland right now. It's 7:45 in the morning and it is dark still, so I'm not going to do too much filming in here, but I'm just jumping on to show how excited I am. So on my way to Ecotune in the A45 S. I'm right in rush hour traffic, which I'm not happy about, but it is what it is. Yeah, honestly, I cannot wait. I've been waiting a long time. Normally I wouldn't wait this long to tune a car, but I was so impressed with the A45 in the first year of ownership that I just didn't really feel the need. But I've got an itch that needs scratched now. We've got a few surprises coming along the way today as well. So from me to you, get excited with me, because you know I am, and I'll see you at Ecotune. Loads and loads and loads of industrial stuff going on down here at this time in the morning. I'm going to need to brighten these clips up a wee bit, post-processing. Here we go, here we go. So I'm first booked in the first appointment this morning. And we're here. Right, I'm going to drink my coffee, I'm going to eat my breakfast, and then we'll kick this video off properly. We'll get some inside footage and we'll do a proper intro. So excited, man. Right, as we mentioned, so we've got the Milltek, decided to go ahead with the Milltek from Ecotune. It was an irresistible situation, so we just decided why not get it on there. So we were going for the GPF back today, non-res, but the guys here have just got us a downpipe anyway, so that's in the package, but we can't fit it today because not enough hours in the day. It's going to be probably 5-6, somewhere in the region of 5 or 6 hours to fit the downpipe, and they just don't have the workshop time today, so we're just going to stick with the original plan, GPF back and stage one tune today, but then that means the downpipe is sitting there for the next bit of the process, which is class. So we're going to just get a quick look around the exhaust now on the ground, and this is car porn if you've ever seen it. So we've got the valves as well, so we're going to retain some sort of reasonable noise levels. There's the downpipe, so that's not going on today as I said, but it will be in the future. And then obviously we've got the non-res centre sections here and the flexi. It looks so good, man. So for anybody that appreciates car stuff in general, you'll like that, and the welds and all that are unbelievable. Milltek are obviously a great company, so no surprises there. And the back box is sitting just over here. So plenty going on today, car's up on the ramp now, boys have started taking it apart. Wondering how bad all this scrapes are for smashing it off the speed bumps. Ooh, couple of bad ones. Right, so don't want to get in the way of the team, they're just going to keep doing what they're doing. Changing this GPF back, not a massive job, so it should take a couple hours, and then we'll get on to the really good bit, which is the tuning, but you're going to need to wait for part two of the video for that. So I'm going to set the cameras up in some reasonable locations here so we can catch what the boys are doing, and then we'll take it from there. So whilst we're kind of waiting on some things to happen in the shop, we're going to take a wee spin around some of the cars that we've got here at Ecotune, because a lot of them are pretty interesting. Majority of these are modified highly, stage 2, stage 3, some really high powered stuff, so let's get a look. So this is Ecotune's Golf, Mark 8 Golf R. So this one is basically their development car for the shop. This has just had loads of new packages announced on it, so if you're looking for any Mark 8 R tuning, definitely hit up Ecotune, because they've just released some packages. Check out their website, we'll drop a link below as well. But yeah, this has been wrapped by Show Wraps. Show Wraps is a local company here that do quite a lot of interesting wraps. I think we'll probably be hitting up Show Wraps when it comes to doing a livery on the Track Mini, so hold tight for that. We've got this unbelievable Golf R here, so it's dripping in carbon wings, carbon bonnet. This was actually in the last Crail video. If you go back and watch that video, you'll see that this car was actually doing some pretty quality quarter-mile times, even though it was wet. But yeah, this is a pretty impressive build. This one is stage 3. I don't know the exact power figures, but anybody that knows the 2 litre TSI VAG platform is going to know stage 3 is high power, high torque. So yeah, it sounds amazing as well. Classic Nardo Grey RS3. This was the car that we all wanted. This was the car that everybody really liked. This was the Daza engine. So this is the, in fact I don't know if that is a Daza, it might be. Let's have a look at the front. Let's see, no it's not. I thought it was an older one. So that's our kind of the gen after the Daza engine. So these are the ones that pop and bang and amazing for the factory. They're absolutely class. So we've not featured this at all on the channel yet. I'm hoping to get closer to it one day, but this is the wild record setting Golf R, Mark 7 Golf R. It is just pure race car. There's not one bit of interior in it. There's tape all over it. I love it. So it's on road tyres right now because it's obviously been driven on the road, but normally it's on Hoosier tyres, which is pretty bonkers. So that is a serious build and a serious bit of money and developments went into that. I've got the I've had this one in the previous video, but we'll get another look as well. So this is the crazy 1000-ish horsepower RS3. So to hopefully get a better look at the seats, so it's got like proper carbon back seats in it. I tried to get a look the last time, but the weather wasn't great. That was another car of its time that was basically setting records. I think it was incredibly fast quarter-mile times. It was actually a guy called Ryan that used to own it. Ecotune done all the development on it. So just a little look in the car park, right? There's a nice Ecotune van there repping, but just a small look in the car park and you can see the types of things that are happening here. And this place is steeped with Volkswagen Audi Group kind of German tuning ability. It's been a stronghold in Scottish car tuning for a long time. So yeah, I just wanted to take a quick spin round, see what's going on in the area, and basically every car here has went through years of development to get to where it is, and it's fantastic to see. I remember some of these cars getting developed when I was a lot younger, and they're still here, still kicking about now. So it's amazing to see. But I'm just going to jump back round to the workshop and see how the boys are getting on with the A45. that's us full exhaust, standard exhaust off the car, so I'll get a clip in a second. That was a bit of an effort, but the boys got it done. This is quite rusty compared to the new Milltek. Just ignore that. Look at the size of that silencer. None of that in here. What's a guess? How much do we think it weighs? I don't think we're going to be able to weigh it, are we? But how much do you think it weighs? A few kilos in that anyway. So the new one should be much lighter and much better. So is that factory valve, is it? Aye. Swap over. So does that then connect onto the... Aye. That connects onto the new... Right, so this is going to retain the factory kind of wires and that, which is good. That'll be on the exhaust button on the steering wheel, which is good, and when you rotate through the modes. So we'll do a bit of that later on once it's fitted, but you'll be able to rotate through the modes and still control the exhaust valve, which is good, and especially when the downpipe goes on, because I've heard these with a decat downpipe and it's just unbearable. That's us getting close, so working way through the back of the car now. Back box has just been prepared on the floor there, and that is about to get raised up in a minute. Quite a lot of under trays, quite a lot of exhaust supports and everything under the bottom of this car, so guys are taking real care, which is obviously the service you get when you come here to Ecotune. So it's good to get this close and be allowed in the kind of environment where the guys are working. I really like that, so it's been good to watch the underside of the car. So yeah, we'll just keep going with the filming. We're just going to go under and have a look at some of the damage. So obviously I moan all the time in my videos about this car being too low, and there's some evidence here of speed bumps. Let's have a look. So that's a bad one. This is like a metal skid plate that's pretty much shaved right down. Some pretty good scrape marks here. There's a couple here. That was a bad one. I actually remember that one. I went home and I was crying after that. So that's only H&R lowering springs on this car, and it takes the front end so low that any other A45 S owners will know what I'm talking about. But aye, and that's me going over speed bumps at like 0.05 mile an hour to stop that happening. If you were going too fast, game's over. And there's some sort of radiator or something under here, up inside here. So I'm always worried that's going to get it, but aye, just need to take it easy. So I just got a phone call from the FedEx guy there. He's just delivered the roll cage for the Mini as well, so that's at the house, so we'll need to go back and see that tonight. So progressing pretty well here. What time is it, Liam? 11:15. Right, so it's only been a couple of hours. Bit of a slow start, and then the boys have been smashing it, so not going to be too much longer till we get a bit of a sound check. Now, bear in mind, right, the GPF is still in this car, so don't be expecting crazy differences with sound. We know that's going to come when the downpipe goes on, but today, the difference with the Milltek being a non-res and the stage 1 tune, we will see a difference, right? So just bear with us. Just undergoing a wee quality check there just to make sure that everything's alright. So that's it, done. That was kind of record time, by the way. GPF back, what was that, 2.5 hours?
I don't know.
Aye, GPF back fitted, 2.5 hours, man. Ecotune, they work at speed. They're still not going to fit the downpipe today though. Still not happening, is it? No. Bye, that's good. So we're going to get the drone up actually, and we're going to capture some good shots of the car coming out and round, and it will be ultimately heading towards the Rowan Road, which is going to be coming in part 2. But we'll do a couple of wee sound checks with the new exhaust on. Right, the final product is now complete. So GPF pack, Milltek Sport, just look at that stainless steel. It looks absolutely fantastic. Just working our way back to the back of the car here to get a look at the back box. I am super happy with that, and retaining the factory exhaust valve as well. It just makes it look so much better. I'm trying to fly the drone there to get some cinematic shots, but this is some geolocation or something, so we're struggling with the drone, but the car's coming off the ramp.
Did you get a point number, please?
Boom. That's it. Down. Right. It's about to get started up for the first time. As everybody knows from watching my channel, that these cars take ages to warm up, so gearbox is probably going to be freezing at the minute, so we'll need to let it warm up when it comes out. But excited, first time, full Milltek GPF back on the car. She's looking good, man. Glad I cleaned it last night. Just away for a wee test run, check everything's all good, no rattles, no knocks, nothing like that, and it's going to get warmed up as well. Sorry. Right, so we'll see it when it gets back. I was hoping to do a wee sound check between, but the boys are running really behind schedule and the car's still not warm enough, so it's probably going to go round, get warmed up a wee bit and go straight on the rollers. So what we'll do is, when it's getting ran on the rollers, we'll get a couple of videos standing right behind it so we can hear the difference with the exhaust, and then I'll cut part 1 there, and then obviously the tuning will be part 2. Right, that's us round at the other side of Ecotune now, so this is where I was before when I was looking at some of the other cars. So that's the Rowan Road in there, which we'll go and get some footage of just a minute. The new exhaust on the car, it's literally smoking like mad, because when the heat gets to the welds for the first time, you can, it's the smell of stainless steel. So as I said, I knew that this GPF back wasn't going to be anything insane, because it's the GPF that really holds all of the sound back in these cars, right? And a lot of people have been commenting on my channel saying, why did I not just go GPF, blah blah blah, delete. I'm just, as I said before, I'm doing this in stages, so we really want to display what it is to take a car through all of its stages. So right now we're doing GPF back, stage 1 tune. We'll run that for a wee while, get an oil change, get a gearbox oil change, get a diff oil change, and then the downpipe's there. So as the team said already, they've got me my downpipe, so I can get that fitted at my leisure, which will be fitted at the same time as an intake probably. So we're not in any sort of rush, we want to take this through proper journeys. So we're going for stage 1 today. Let's get a wee look at the dyno in here. It's so sick. So the team here have been developing this place for a long time. It's went through many iterations in there, different Rowan roads, different setups, but this really is its pinnacle, so it's really good to be here and see it like this today, and knowing that that A45 is going on those rollers, which is a really good feeling. So as promised, because we want to do a bit of a sound check with the exhaust, we'll put the car on the rollers, and when they're running it up for the first time to check the standard power figures, we'll film the exhaust from the back, and then we'll cut part 1 of the video there, and then part 2 will be the map getting loaded on, the tuning, and of course a first drive, which will probably take some extra time doing, given the fact that this is such a big day. So yeah, next clip, car will be on the rollers. Just while we're waiting then, so for anybody that's involved in cars or has a fast car or has had a fast car, in Scotland this should be a fairly recognisable sign or brand. Ecotune are a long-standing company, as I've mentioned before, and Stan, the guy who owns the company and is the wizard and brains behind all this, has actually mapped a whole load of our cars, mine, Liam's cars, all of our friends' cars. They've had their fingerprints on pretty much all of them, and they've always been that kind of reliable kind of mainstay for us anyway. I know everybody's got their own opinion of tuning companies, but our experience with Ecotune has always been a really good one, and I'm looking forward to working with them in the long term with this car. So yeah, the future is looking bright for the A45 and Ecotune. So yeah, if anybody is, they don't need this advertisement, right? They're a big enough business as it is. But if anybody's watching my YouTube channel who are not from Scotland and they're interested in getting their cars tuned, I know a lot of people come across the border for it already. Hit up Ecotune, because you won't be disappointed in the service and the level of kind of technical knowledge that you get given that comes along with spending money here. So yeah, definitely worth checking Ecotune out, and Stan is the man for any of this type of stuff. Just getting all set up, boys, just getting it strapped down, man. Buzzing. You excited?
Buzzing, bro.
This is, I know the first bit of the video with the exhaust getting fitted and all that, that's for all like your kind of car weirdos that like following and watching videos of exhaust getting bolted up, right? I get that, right? I know there's a bit more excitement in this bit, right? But this is when I start to get like a child, because proper giddy, like can't wait to see this, because I've been in many cars and I owned many cars that have been tuned, and see when it gets tuned, there's like something like super special about that first time when you put it into gear and you go for it, man. And this car's already an animal, so I can't wait to see what it's going to be like. We're doing a bit of waiting, because that's sometimes what happens. So so roll cage for Mini delivered.
I get the word that has arrived.
So I get a phone call for the FedEx guy, right? I've never dealt with FedEx in my life before, and he phones and he's like, "Oh, is that you?" I says, "It's me." And he's like, "I've got a package for you. I'm at your house." And I'm like, "What kind of size of package?" He's like, "It's a roll cage." I'm like, "Oh God." So I had to send him round the bag to deliver it. So the guy was quite funny. I like proactive people. So we've got a roll cage to go home to the day. We've got harnesses as well. So progress being made across all projects. So just a wee update on the Mini project whilst we're waiting here on the car getting calibrated, as they call it, stage 1 tune. Right, what we've done is trying to do a bit of kind of extra camera work to make these videos as good as we can, right? So I've actually put another GoPro clipped onto the door. You can't see it, it's just out of frame here. And then we've put the microphone down here, right here. So we're going to be running 2 camera setups, this one, and that mic down there should capture the exhaust as good as it's going to get, really. So we'll swap between clips, right? We're just waiting on Andy coming to get started. Right, after a bit of a wait, that's him jumping in the car, getting ready to go. So I'm going to set the tripod up as close behind the car as I can and get the best view. So he's going to run it up stock, so as promised, that's what we're going to hear. And then I'll cut to part 2 of the video, which is going to be stage 1 tune going on and the proper runs, and then our first drive. It's so noisy, man, the fans in there are wild. Oh, get ready to go, man, listen. Wondering why there's a bit of smoke coming out the exhaust, it's the brand new welds on the exhaust, the Milltek, just getting hot, nothing to worry about. Okay, so I'm talking in this video, but you can't even hear me because I badly positioned the camera right in front of the fans. So my bad on that one. But what I was basically saying here is we're now going to cut to part 2 of the video. I hope you enjoyed this bit. The next bit is going to be loading up the stage 1 tune and seeing where we get this A45 to in terms of power figures. Let's go. So after all the excitement, once I got home, I realised that I hadn't recorded a clip of the standard power figures on the screen when he ran it up in standard form. So I've got this awful, really bad quality zoomed in photo of the screen, but that's going to have to do. So 423.65 engine horsepower and 376.4 foot-pounds of torque. So exactly pretty much quoted power figures from factory. Again, this car's been on the rollers a couple of times and it always puts out consistent figures, so I'm really happy with that baseline. So I just didn't want to end this video without this key bit of information. So apologies about the quality of the picture, but as I said, it's going to have to do, and let's get excited for part 2.